Hello guys, it's Joe. How y'all doing today? Um, Beautiful day here in the Philippines again. Can't complain about the weather lately. I feel bad for you guys over in America where I used to live. I guess it was 10 below the other night. So good luck. I don't miss that at all. Um, I'm doing this video today. It's with sadness. It's a video that I reflect on my years when I was young and in high school quite often now that I'm older. And I was scrolling through my Facebook and then I saw an obituary come up of one of my classmates. Steve Lackey was his name. And we graduated in 1982. Steve was a very good guy. He probably doesn't realize this or his family, but he had a huge impact in my life growing up. And I'm going to tell you why. Back when I was like 12 years old, my parents didn't have a lot of money. If we wanted things in life, the extra things, like going to the ice cream shop and having an ice cream, we had to pay for anything we wanted outside of the family meals on our own because they just didn't have extra money. So we had to go out and earn it. I learned to work at a young age. First thing I ever did was I got myself a paper route. And then the first job I actually ever had, and I didn't even consider it a job, was working with Steve Lackey on the family farm about a mile and a half from where I lived. I used to ride my bike down there all the time. I would go down there, I would help milk the cows, we would clean the stalls, we would do whatever we had to do around the farm. We would go haying, you know, all the things necessary to maintain the farm. And it was a great experience. The whole Lackey family, Steve, obviously my classmate, they are just wonderful people. I still think back upon those days today. I went through my yearbook, my 1982 yearbook, and this is Steve right here. God rest his soul. Rest in peace, Steve. You're going to be missed by many. The nicest guy, nicest kid in class. He would do anything for you. There's nothing he wouldn't do. He helped people out all the time. He would always be there to back you up or talk to you, or just an overall good guy. So when I saw this obituary, at first I looked, I'm like, no, this can't be Steve that I know. So I read the obituary, and sure enough, went through his life, his family. I know all his family members. He had 7 siblings. And like I said earlier, this family, it would be like the version of the Waltons. If you ever watched the TV show The Waltons, with John Boy and all them, that family reminded me of that show. Okay, that's how they were. Very, very nice, good family. And so I'm sorry for your loss. It makes me reflect back now. I got thinking about it. It's been on my mind a lot. That's why I decided to do a video. We got to appreciate life as we have it now. In my opinion, you got 4 chapters of life. From when you're born to 20, I call chapter 1. Okay, that's the first chapter of your life. Chapter 2, I consider from 20 up to 40 years of age. I consider that chapter 2 in your life. Chapter 3 would be, from 40 to 60 would be chapter 3 in your life. And then chapter 4 would be from 60 up to 80. And I did a little bit of research on the expectant age of, when you're going to pass away. I can't even pronounce it. Yeah, I can't even think of it. But you're expected to live, the average expectancy of life in the U.S. is 76 years old. Now I'm 61, I'm going to be 62 in about 3 weeks, early January. So I consider myself on the outside, of life here. I've got probably, if I go to life expectancy, I've got 15 more years to go. So, yeah, guys, it hits reality when you start seeing classmates passing away. I don't know what happened to him, but it's tragic. No matter what happened, it's tragic. So, if I've got 15 more years, I hope I do. Wake up every day, appreciate your life and what's going on in life. Spend quality time with people. Um, don't get emotionally stressed out, mad. Everybody today tends to be emotional. It's not good for you, health wise, number one. And number two, what do you get out of it? Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family. Because I'm coming to the end of my chapter 4 here at some point. Could be tomorrow, could be 15, 20 years, I don't know. That's just the point is you don't know. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I mean, I've seen a lot of people die of auto accidents, drug overdoses, things like that, young people. Don't put yourself in that position. I know it's hard to avoid an automobile accident. You may not have control, but stay away from the drug usage and things like that. Live a good life. I reflect back on my 4 chapters of life, and I've got to say, chapter 3 has been the best chapter of my life, from 40 up to 60. I married my wife at 40, and everything from that point on worked out really well for me. We've accomplished a lot of good things in life. I never thought in chapter 1 of my life that I would someday live in a foreign country 9,000 miles away from where I was living at the time in Woodsville. You just don't know where the road of life is going to take you, but embrace it. Don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Make things happen. If you've got a dream, how can you accomplish what it is you want to do? That's what I did. I knew my dream was to get over here and live a happy, comfortable life. And guess what? That's what I'm doing. You can do that too. I mean, I've got friends of mine that want to come over here so bad, but they're scared to death to fly. I said, guys, don't be afraid. You can't control what's going to happen to you as far as that goes. Hit your fears head on. If you're afraid of flying, flying is the safest way of transportation in the world, actually. The only issue with flying is if there is a tragic accident, a lot of people die. But people die, millions of people die every day throughout the world in automobile or motorcycle accidents. Every time you leave the house here, you're in danger of getting into an auto accident. So take your fears, hit them head on, enjoy your life. To all Steve's family out there, you guys, thank you for taking me under your wing at such a young age, at 12 years of age. It was a great experience for me. I'll never forget it. That's why it kind of hit me pretty hard. I hadn't seen Steve actually since high school. We didn't hang out all the time, but I worked with him and I got to know his family pretty well. And it makes an impact. It doesn't go away. It's in here. So guys, go spend time with your loved ones, your good friends. Stay positive out there. Embrace your life. You don't know when it's going to end. And enjoy every day like it's your last. I mean, that's how I'm doing it. This really hit me home. It really hit home for me. So I'm going to make the best of it. So, guys, thanks a lot. If you're not subscribed or if you're not following, please do. And then hit the like button. I really appreciate all your support. It means a lot to me. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.